Freaking Ichinami doesn't want to talk. We'll let people.
I can beat that.
I got my coffee. We're good.
Should be fine. I hope everything works.
Is the show title changed? It looks. It says show match for now.
I need to edit it. Shit.
I told you I could be fast.
Right, I'll unmute. Wait a minute.
Give me a single minute.
Now.
Hey everybody!
Hello.
It's showcase time.
Showcase.
Yes,
time,
hey
yeah.
everybody. We are here for the quarterfinals Mappool showcase here. So pretty similar in terms of difficulty to the qualifiers. I think it's a little bit harder. I don't remember what the goal was. But around that 5.4-ish. Obviously, as you've probably already figured out from the rest of the pools, that's probably not the case. GG. But anyway, yeah, we're here with the quarterfinals. Taking a little bit step up for Mappool size as we are now moving to a best of 11. And you guys will get 2 bans each in pretty standard banning format. You have to correct me or not, Vaps me, if double bans are allowed. I forget.
No, except no mod.
Yeah.
Okay. So no double bans, so we'll have to get a little bit more structure here, but we do have some absolute bangers that I'm really excited to showcase to you guys. But yeah, today in call with me, Laika's a bit away right now, so they are not the main host. So instead, we have co-host Vapsme.
Hello.
Yeah, and then also joining me from 2 weeks ago for our first look live reaction, player reaction, I guess. I don't know. We have Zito.
Hey.
Yeah. But yeah, let's get started. We'll just move straight into Nomad 1 here.
Alright.
Oh, they can. Oh, you need to switch screens. They heard the song already.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, we got a little nice change to the background here, but yeah, this is a Nomad 1 of all time. This is a Kesoku band song for those of you who watch Bochi the Rock and have seen my profile picture. Also, we can't see our things in the bottom right.
Yeah.
Our icons go. Just start the replay and you can fix it.
Alright.
But yeah, this is Wasureta Yaranai. I won't forget this. I believe is the English translation. This is a very basic Nomad 1. Little bit more stream heavy, I'd say. And due to that, it pushes star rating a little bit. It's a little bit inflated here. I think it's at a 5.58. But it's just your basic aim and stream consistency. So probably a lot more streams focused than some other tournaments who do like a focus like mainly on like the generic aim. But this has a very, very prominent stream element that you might get tripped on if you're not familiar or comfortable hitting streams. But overall, I mean, the flow of the map is super, super nice.
Yeah, that looks
what you'd expect out of like a standard Nomad 1.
For Nomad 1, this looks pretty good so far.
Yeah, and then you're gonna get stream jump scared because you think it's a normal Nomad 1, but I feel like you should already understand that we don't do normal Nomad 1s. Yeah.
I'm not getting jump scared. Trust.
I think this map does a good job of like letting you know that there's going to be tapping sections with all these bursts, even in like the main course and the Ki. Like you see there's all of these like triples and doubles already, just getting you like ready for it.
But I feel like the song as well does a pretty good job of telling you like when you should expect a burst as well.
Yeah, a lot of the drumming is really peak. Dorito, any Dorito like yours in chat. Yeah, W Nijiga. But yeah, Kyuchi has a really wonderful difficulty here on a ranked set of this song, as many of you anime watchers have probably played a map similar to this, or at least another Kesoku band. It's like we had one in qualifiers.
Yeah, the DT3, I believe.
Yeah, DT3. You would be correct. You know, surprisingly, there's actually not really a Bochi agenda. I don't think anybody at the coolers has like been pushing for specifically Bochi maps.
Kaido, I have an idea for semifinals pool.
Yeah.
Just all Bochi the Rock songs.
Dude, someone showed a tech map for freaking quals, and it was like Bochi the Rock, and it was overmapped to be tech, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
Oh god.
It was like actually just straight up tech for like, what song was it? I forgot. I think it was Guitar in the Blue World or something like that. Loneliness Guitar in the Blue World. It was like so overmapped, it was like insane. I'm like, how is this? Who decides to do this? Now here are some of the streams that show up, as well as a 1/3 stream that you should be aware of right there. That can definitely trip people up. I guess also to harp on finding like a stream and aim Nomad 1 here. When you have streams in like a standard consistency pick, they're usually really easy to hit, like they don't have that much flow. And then when you have like aim in a stream map, like normal Nomad 2, you would have like really easy jumps. So we wanted to find a good difficulty that tests both of those to like roughly a similar level. So while there aren't that many streams, if there were more, it would push the star rating a lot. But yeah, there's one of the big streams, that 13 note one, and there's a lot of flow. But overall, it should be pretty comfortable for a lot of players, I think. Yo, don't leave pool! Talk about Nomad 2 already, bro. You're spoiling.
Maniku.
Bocha can't seem to not be leaked.
Dude, it's just our curse. But yeah, another stream there. And that'll round out Nomad 1. Thank you again to Nikva, once again, dropping back and subbing in for a really good score here on Nomad 1. And we're going to move on to Nomad 2. So if you're following any trends with how we like to pool this tournament, you realize that Nomad 2 is not standard, it's usually speed. This is neither stream nor speed. This is a Hollow Wings map. Yeah, so like already like dissociate the idea that we're pulling like tapping only for Nomad 2. That's not happening. We have Hollow Wings linear aim. And
I kind of
Hollow Wings
forgot
fan,
this was
yes.
a
Where's Hollow Wings fanboy?
For a
Yeah,
sec.
where's Hollow Wings fanboy when we need him? But yeah, this is a pretty old song, I believe. I think it's like 2010, something super old along those lines.
Super old.
Yeah, this is Tsubaki by Ocelot. If you know Hollow Wings for old maps, you know he loves to map songs by this artist, and he has a lot of rank sets, I believe, on this artist. I mean, this was ranked, I believe, in like 2015, so really old, and I feel like the linear aim justifies that really well.
Yeah, you can tell this is a early 2010s style map.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But yeah, really heavy focus on the horizontal aim here. Sort of an interesting map that you don't really see in a lot of tournaments. Because usually people don't like how awkward Hollow Wings maps can be for like strictly like, you know, like the normal hit in one slot or any kind of like awkward aim spot. But we found it was a really good fit for what we were trying to balance in the pool. And we sort of balanced the rest of the pool around this type of map in mind. We were actually looking for a density pick here. I feel like this map is decently dense enough, especially with like a lot of the overlaps, but most density maps in the star rating are way too hard for a lot of players, so opted for more like, if you guys know the OWC 2024 Grand Finals pool, something along those lines. But I mean, ultimately, this map is not that awkward, especially if the sliders are super fast and feasible. So I would expect some good scores on this type of map for those of you who are more of like the awkward aim player. Why does my stream ping say show match? GG. Well, he actually didn't update the title before we went live.
Bruh.
GG's.
GG. But yeah, this is a pretty simple map. And you two have anything to say about it?
Not really.
Maps B.
Hmm?
Did you play pool?
Only some maps.
Oh. Well, damn. I guess I'm on my own day again. Yo, someone get Mirage in here. Bad pool done on my 2 streams. Bro's already giving feedback. We haven't even seen the rest of the maps. How do you know that? Darkies, this is Nomad 2. But yeah, pretty straightforward map, linear aim wise. Plays really nicely. Thank you, Chaos Emperor, for that replay. Great score. And let's move on to Nomad 3.
Man.
I'm so excited for this Nomad 3. This map's so freaking good. We have Escape by Sarah Rakui. Very like sort of like flow and rhythm heavy. There's a lot of rhythm elements, especially towards the end of the map. With it being more like that jazz style. For those of you who know Bakui-san, she does a lot of like keyboard, like progressive jazz. And we have vocals here featuring Mimiko, I believe. And overall, it's a really nice sounding map. The map fits it super well with a lot of generic like flow alt elements, but there are a few like rhythm bursts that you should definitely be aware of. And that's why the star rating for this one looks a little bit low. I believe it's a 5.09, possibly 5.1 on stream because of Laser. No, it's 5.8. Why does Laser have rounding errors? I don't get it. Like every time I go to pool and Laser, it's like everything's like off by like 0.01 stars. It's like, why? Why you do this to me?
We just don't know.
We don't know. Now, there's a few of the rhythms already. You see those 1/3 notes. You should be aware of. The song does a really good job of like making you expect those, especially once you get to used to that first section. This is probably one of the weirdest parts where it's just a piano solo.
That's gonna be 100 central right there.
Yeah, 100 central for sure. But definitely along those lines, it's a very, very nice song to listen to, and as long as you like this sort of song, I feel like you'll have no problem. At least maybe even listening to the song in your own time. It's super good. Available on Spotify and any other streaming services.
Are you advertising the map or the song?
The song is goated, bro.
It's a good song, I'll give you that.
Number one Sarah Rakui shill. Love to see it. But yeah, a little bit of a slow section here. I'm trying to get my music for this. This is so good. But really, at this last section here, the rhythm elements do start to show themselves a lot more. I feel like the map really shows its colors in this last section here, with some like time signature changes and bursts, rhythm bursts.
Yeah, and if you have any kind of nerves, I feel like this map is not going to be very fun when you get to the ending part with those nerves.
Definitely, there's a lot more finger control needed for this like outro section you're hearing right now. That's super good.
Yeah, and with nerves, that means a huge loss of accuracy as well. So
yeah, you saw that little short speed section there with the bursts, the 1/3 bursts. Oh, I think it's 1/6 actually. Yeah, this map can definitely benefit players who practice it a lot. Those parts right here are not that confusing to learn. It's just more of having like the mechanical skill to have that finger control. But yeah,
I already know
life water for this replay.
I already know a lot of
true.
combos are dying at that slider.
Yeah, that slow slider at the end. That caught a few of our playtesters off. I'll give you that. But thank you again, life water. Yeah, thank you again, life water, for that replay. Let's move on to No Mod 4.
The last minute replay one.
Yeah, so this is for those of you who watching OWC, actually, group stage No Mod 4, Wispy map. This map actually got updated like 2 days ago, so the replays we had were outdated. So we had to rush this replay like literally like 4 hours ago. So Faith stepping in to be absolutely clutch, getting a good score on this map. But yeah, this is Heliosphere by Vorso. This is a pending set, I believe. So if, once again, I'll say it again for those of you who missed the earlier showcases. But if any map so happens to get updated because it's pending or whatnot, can you skip the intro?
Sure.
We are going to be using the current version of any maps. Like, we're not going to go backtrack for any of it. So just keep your maps updated, and that's the version we'll be using for stream. Although I DM Wispy, he said there wouldn't be too many changes to the Insane diff. So we should be mostly okay for now, besides like hit sound changes. But yeah, this is a sort of like mech tech focus. A lot of the sliders are really control heavy. Lots of overlap and like perfect stacks for like a slider map. So definitely a lot to be worried about, as well as the finger control. There's a lot of even number bursts that fit the sort of song's like melody, like drum and bass melody a little bit well. And they can definitely trip you up if you're not ready for the finger control requirement. So not a strictly slider aim focus, but it still has, you know, pretty basic elements that you'd expect of a tech map with a little bit of finger control. Not a little bit, actually, I should say a lot. I mean, overall for finger control, it's not too out of the ordinary at 170 BPM. I think a lot of players do have that kind of skill. For those of you tapping players, can reasonably hit some finger control aspects on 170. Nothing too high or too low to be uncomfortable. But yeah, tapping No Mod 4. Love to see it.
Yeah.
You need a little bit of a break there to sort of watch your scores, but it gets right back into it. It introduces some 1/3 rhythms in this part, and a lot more overlap as well, like perfect stacks. But still a huge focus on the control tech, I'd say. I'm surprised you can even classify the song as drum and bass. It feels so different compared to like, you know, like the standard like United or like drum and bass map. But yeah, once again, shout out to Faith for stepping up super last minute to get a replay on the correct version of this map. As I'll be honest, I was the one who had the replay for this and then realized the map got changed.
And
Since I don't play stable.
Replay is outdated.
GG. No replay. We're playing auto for all our replays now. But yeah, shout out Faith again for that replay. Great score. Let's move on to Nomad 5. Speed! Speed in the normal slot. Like... You love to see it.
I do.
We have speed in a normal slot. It's insane. Yeah, this is a Stasma the Jungle Christ remix, I believe, of A Beautiful Degeneracy, originally by Death Count. And it's just 230 BPM speed and stamina. I will say it is pretty stamina heavy, as there's a lot of finger control aspects. Nothing too difficult finger control wise. There's not really like even number bursts or anything, but it's a lot of like triples into ones and then like some longer sections of like nines. So if you don't have that stamina, even though it's only 1:50 long, it will definitely gap you there.
I guess you're gonna want it really short. If it's like this, if what you're saying is right about it being this stamina heavy, as well as being like 230 BPM, I think that says on. Yeah, yes. That says 230 BPM. So, like acting this, like if your team has no speed players, GG. But
yeah, although I will say, even if you're not that much of like a speed player, this map is very double tappable as long as you practice where and when to double tap. Although I've also, I mean, like Hall Effect is like kind of like destroyed our perception of speed. As I mentioned last week, it's kind of hard to really balance for people having Hall Effect. Is like, you know, you just like speed just gotten so much of an easier skill set for those of you who have the mechanical skill to tap that fast. But this map has spots where you can double tap and where you can't. So for those of you who want to fill in that third slot, let's say you have like two players. It definitely wouldn't hurt to learn when you can double tap on this map, because you could still be holding FCs with like 84 AC.
Well, that's why they say O2 is the combo game, not an AC game.
That is true. Obviously, Vanico here with another tapping replay. Best of both worlds with tapping and AC. Oh, GG, dropped 100 stream, never mind.
98.7 AC is still really good though.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah. To harp on stats, it's OD8, so nothing too crazy regarding accuracy for 230 BPM. But yeah, thank you, Vaniku, for that replay in Nomad 5. Let's move on to Nomad 6 now. We have 6 Nomads going into the rest of the pool. We have 6 Nomads, 3 Hidden, 3 Hard Rocks, but everything else will stay the same. And for those of you who are noticing the OWC agenda that we have here, we have the new Millie song from OWC, Peach Pit and Cyanide, as our sort of low AR Nomad 6. Obviously, we couldn't do anything sort of kind of rhythm because we have rhythm elements in our Nomad 3. So we just wanted to pull probably a gimmick slot that not many people would be used to. It can be a little bit hard, but this map is so rewarding to hit with all the flow control patterns. But yeah, low AR alt or low AR alt. Yeah, it's not actually technically alt BPM. It does say 150 BPM, but the song is played in 1/3, or it's played in triplets. So I believe it comes out to like a 110 alt, which is really low BPM even for alt. So if you have the stamina, it is single tappable, but with how long some of these flow patterns can get, I would not recommend it. But yeah, this is from the actual sets. This is Nomi's diff. I know it says Hidden Expert, but this map is way too demon on Hidden. So it's been put into Nomad. This map is insane on Hidden, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't think you could really get away with pooling this for Hidden. And
no way. This map is so hard on Hidden. Even on OD7, so OD7.5, I believe.
Oh, that pattern right there.
Yeah, this pattern is crazy. So I mean, if you can single tap and have the stamina for it, I feel like you could land way better accuracies. But if you're trying to force alt because you don't have that stamina, you will see that this map is like absolutely crazy to keep any good accuracy on, especially with these flow patterns. And not to even mention that this, since it is a Hidden Expert map, I believe, or Hidden Insane. Yeah, Hidden Insane. This map is structured to be like hidden, so there's a lot of like overlaps and stuff like that that are pretty easy to read on Nomad. It's just a matter of like having the right flow control so you don't note lock. Because OD 7.5 is not that forgiving for note lock. It is a little bit on the lower side, so there's less overlap between hit windows. But even then, that's still OD 7.5. If you're too early, you will not lock the entire stream. So definitely wouldn't hurt to get some practice on this map. But yeah, so we have like a low AR density ult here, and an absolute banger of a song by Millie. I can't believe that OGBC finally got a custom for them. It's been a long time in the run.
These patterns I'm seeing, they all look like they'd be so fun to hit, but like just one miss and like you're just no locking everything. I feel like is what's gonna happen.
Yeah, so have some good ult accuracy, and that should be a huge problem. But even then, like some of these like the slow pattern at the end is actually insane. Look at this pattern.
Whoa, that is.
Oh my gosh!
What am I looking at?
Chaos Emperor.
The random
with
spacing
an actually insane score. Yeah, that spacing is crazy. But Chaos Emperor with a great score here. Thank you again for that replay. 900,000. Wow. I didn't actually get to see this replay before we made because we were rushing this the entire showcase. So, but yeah, thank you, Chaos Emperor. Let's move on to the hidden pool now. For those of you who have been watching some rank sets, this map is kind of old though, but this is Zell's diff on Against the Grain by Ramses featuring Vila. This song is super good. Wrong replay, oops.
The wrong replay.
What's happening there, gang? Oops. It wasn't my problem. I told him there was an updated replay. GG. So this is the wrong replay. We do have an FC on this. This is sort of a last second adjustment. Oops. But just note that this was FC'd. It wasn't my fault. When we were doing replays, Vapsi already downloaded it.
I downloaded
GG.
Bro, downloaded it earlier before we made changes.
Yeah, GG's. When did I download it? Like, I don't know, 3 hours ago or something?
Yeah, that was before we made changes, so... No updates, oops. GG. Anyway, still a great score here by Chaos Emperor. But yeah, talking about the map now. Very interesting take on awkward aim. I feel like Zell did a really good job on exploring this type of map. It's sort of like a flow tech aim control. I'd say it's more aim control heavy, as it's sort of like a accelerating flow pattern. You can snap to each one of these notes, and I expect that's probably what will happen with a lot of the players. But these patterns are crazy, and that, oh my gosh.
Ooh.
I will say this is higher OD than pretty much expected the rest of the pool. It's 8.5, so no locking on that sort of like mini flow stream isn't that common. But yeah, there's a lot of flow control required on this map. As I mentioned earlier, you can snap it. But I mean, I feel like this is like more like a god mode map for like if you want to like flow aim that whole section. It's really rewarding to hit, and the map does a really good job of exploring that sort of skill set, and while keeping like the map really fun to play. But yeah, this is probably one of my favorite maps in the pool. And as mentioned earlier, it's a really interesting take on awkward aim and like what you can really do with different types of aim. Yeah, guys, sort of last build up here before another one of the main sections that you've been seeing with a lot of the flow, the stop and go flow. Definitely will be pretty uncomfortable for players who are not used to this type of aim, or have not done like flow tech practice in their own time.
A little bit of an awkward aim moment there, but those patterns look really snappy.
Yeah, I do expect most players to snap aim a lot of these sections here, but it is technically possible to flow all of them, and it looks really nice if someone doing a replay manages to flow the entire section.
Watch this. I'm just kidding.
Also, jump and base mentioned. Insane. But yeah, this map is so awesome. The fun thing we get to do with non-stop pulling is introduce maps like these where we can just like explore different skill sets that maybe not be like tournament normal or like tournament standard. We just experience with bangers and stuff like this. So, but yeah, Chaos Emperor with a great score there. But he does have an FC, so note that he's not bad. He's very good at the game. He's very good for all our hidden replays.
It's still
It's a good score either
it's
way.
still 890,000.
Yeah, it's still 890. Yeah, so really good score again. Thank you, Chaos Emperor. And we're gonna move to Hidden 2 now. Something you probably have seen before. This is Ainuta. By Llama as a producer. A pretty standard, overlap reading pick.
Also,
to
we
differ
have our
from the No
Vocaloid
White
pick
6.
now?
Yeah. We do have our Vocaloid pick, that as mentioned. The Vocaloid quota has been met, so don't yell at me. But yeah, standard X-Scores reading. For those of you who know X-Scores. My favorite 6-digit reading mapper, who has now gone OWC worthy. This is a pretty well-known rank set for reading.
Game, please carry me on this.
But yeah, we wanted to look for a more standard overlap reading pick. For something like this Hidden 2, since No Mod 6 wasn't exactly like... There's a little bit of reading elements, but it wasn't like the main focus. It was like overlap reading. So to keep things on track, we have a normal like hidden reading map. I feel like a lot of the rhythms and like the patterns in this map are really intuitive though. There's not that much of a reading requirement. Besides just like generally being comfortable on low AR. Last map was Hidden 1, that's true. That is how we're doing showcases.
Yeah.
But yeah, X-Scores, always with quality for these types of maps, the AR-8's reading stuff, as well as some AR-7s that if you've explored their graveyarded maps, you'll see a few of them. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. I think Belize are like a 4.6 star. A little bit long for a reading map, actually, like 3.5 minutes. So more like a reading consistency pick. But ultimately, there's not too much to practice unless you're not that comfortable on this type of map and you want to be able to help your team.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything too out of the ordinary for, being a Hidden 2. This kind of feels like something that I would expect.
Yeah. This map would be so much more demon if it was like perfect stacks. But perfect stacks are a little bit hard for...
I would riot if you pulled that, by the way.
True. I think everybody would riot. We already had riots about Chocobo. I'm so sad. My brain Mappool didn't work.
GG's.
What was that? We had 2 chocolate songs. We had Gladdy Palling. Like, the brain rot is actually real. I agree. Well, actually, it would be better if it was CS6, but who am I to judge?
Is that a new one? Nope.
Alright, then jump scare stream, because why not have a stream in a You're Hidden 2?
Well, it would be too boring if there wasn't a stream.
True.
Said by someone that's not part of the pooling team.
It's Hidden 2 mechanics when. AR-8 mechanics when.
Oh god.
Oh, holy misread.
Oh.
Just kidding. We love you, Chaos Emperor. Thank you again for another hidden replay. Still by far the best score we have for this map. And then jump scare cross screen jump.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you again, Chaos Emperor, for a really great score on the Hidden 2. And let's go on to Hidden 3.
In the top corner, thank you, Chaos Emperor. Like, with how many replays?
How many replays is that? I think it's like 6. It's crazy. But yeah.
I remember this map.
Speaking of Millie, we have more Millie. And if you weren't already tired of swing tech, too bad. I'm part of the pooling team. Have fun. Yeah, it's swing.
I had this was part of ARDT pool, and with that one, I remember I was like 2 hidden, so like this is not new.
True. Is it the same diff? We were actually looking at the difficulty under this one, but it was just way too hard with the flow patterns.
I think it is the same, but I don't know though, so I will check that.
Yeah, the difficulty under this one we were looking at originally, and it was just way too hard with some of the flow patterns. Like, you would just note lock and lose like all of your score. So we went to one that was more finger control heavy with following the swing rhythms. No, storyboard's not on. This map is an insane storyboard. I'm so sad.
GG's.
GG's. But yeah, this map, for those of you who have seen it, this has a really pretty storyboard. It's on a rank set. Who owns the rank set? I completely forgot. I believe it's Stompy. But correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, focus on swing tech. A little bit low SR, 4.98 before hidden, but obviously we have hidden buff now.
I just checked. It is the same diff.
All right, nice. Yeah, the one under this was actually way harder, and I have no idea how. It's like 4.8, and it's just so much harder. There's a lot more focus on the tech. But yeah, focus on the swing rhythms here. Also, Millie Fanboy with the replay. I wonder who that is.
It's Stompy.
Oh no, I have to restart my PC later. Damn it.
Uh-oh. GG.
Oh wait,
Oh,
no,
it's Stompy. Okay, I'm right. Yeah, some of the tech starts to pick up here, but mainly focus on the finger control.
Yeah,
and also it does say it's a little high BPM, but it's not. It's like 160 alt, or 150, sorry. But it says it's 230 because it's mapped at 1/3.
Yeah, the map can be a bit evil to act at times, but like, it's still a good act, or good map.
Yeah.
It's a good act, guys.
Millie with more peak. Millie's always peak. Library of Ruina. Should definitely check out that series. Really good mystery read. But yeah. Thank you, Millie Fanboy, for that replay. I wonder who that is.
No idea. Anyways.
No idea. Yeah. But
You just grabbed some random replayer off the street.
Yeah. That's what I did. The reason why the outro is long is because it's a storyboard. But yeah. You should probably enable that, actually.
Yeah, I can enable that. Should I?
Yeah.
Please,
Let's do it, because there's a few of them that have storyboards.
Alright.
But yeah. Thank you, Millie Fanboy, again for that replay. Great score. As soon as we get the storyboard enabled here and any background videos on, we're going to move on to Hard Rock 1. So, following normal standards again, we have Mechanics map.
Worst
Lots
HR
of
Glazer.
flow burst. Worst HR Glazer. I wonder who that is too. Thinking.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a sort of like flow burst mechanics. The tech in this map is not that crazy. It's like the sliders flow really normally, so it's not really tech. A lot of the focus is like the flow aim on the 200 burst, so sort of like flow burst, as well as generic like aim mechanics, aim and tapping mechanics. Something pretty normal for this, I'd say. But the flow in the burst is not something to scoff at. You will miss on them if you're not paying attention to your aim. But yeah, this is sort of like the flow, a little bit of mechanics, a little bit of flow for bursts. Also an absolute banger song here. Getty and DJ Dia. Always with more bangers. Otherwise, this map is really straightforward with you can control some light, like super light tech. I don't think that'll catch anybody with slider breaks or anything. A lot of difficulty comes from the flow aim and the burst, as well as the tapping. Yeah, a little bit of a break here. But otherwise, pretty standard mechanics consistency. I don't expect too many people to struggle this one for those of you who can play Hard Rock. Obviously.
Bro, he's trolling with the circle.
The cursor dancing.
Me when I cursor dance on a freaking buzz slider. Lots of mechanics. Wow, I love tapping. I believe this is actually my second try on this map. So, plays pretty straightforward.
Well, no, I expect your tries. Come on now.
Dude, I'm not that good at the game.
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. Alright, tapping maps and always in worst, but there's tapping mat in every single Mappool. So, that's just skill issue.
What?
But yeah, mechanics, flow burst and mechanics. Thank you, worst HR Glazer, for the replay. And on to Hard Rock 2. Also, a sort of a last minute change here. We got a Mitsukiyo map for those of you who play Blue Archive. Lots of focus on like sort of like higher-ish BPM snap aim. I believe this is it's 100 BPM, so a little bit higher. And there's a lot of like really like the shape aim and stuff like that. Like lots of pentagons, lots of squares, stuff like that. So for that reason, we had to lower the starting just a little bit. But even then, I still think it's a pretty challenging map. Lots of aim control required here.
I can't wait to over and under aim all of these patterns. Let's go.
True. The high AR makes up for the readability here. It's much easier to read with the next node, especially since the spacing is pretty consistent.
Yeah, but the lower AR doesn't make up for skill issue.
That is true. Yeah, lots of aim control on this map required. Lots of pattern aim. And just there's like 2 sections of like 1/3 tapping. You're not gonna break on those, but you will see some back drops for sure. Nothing break worthy. If you can hit this kind of aim, this aim is comfortable for you. I feel like this is pretty easy one to score on. Also mentioned it's a little bit on the shorter side, 214, similar in length to the Hard Rock 1 in terms of drain time. Yeah, also there's not that much of a slider focus on this one because the main focus was to be aim control for the Hard Rock 2, and the ones we had before were just a little bit too hard. And with how we treated you guys on the Hard Rock 2 for last round, wanted to tone down the difficulty just a little bit. So this one I feel like is definitely more accessible to a lot of players. If you have aim control for this.
I think there were several 5-digit scores for the previous pool.
GG! Someone got a 330 on that. That's actually insane. It was like a 330 A rank. It was crazy.
Wait, well, I don't remember how many times it was picked.
Like 2.
All right, well, most of those 5-digit scores are coming from us. Let's go.
GG. But yeah, thank you, Mega Hamburger, with an absolutely clutch replay. This was pretty last minute once we had to decide we needed to change it. But yeah, that was Luminous Memory. And let's move on to Hard Rock 3. So for those of you who are asking where my slider aim is, it's
here it is.
It's a 0 PP map. What else can I say? It's 0 PP tech.
And guess who played this?
Please, Laika, I need this. I need this.
Crazy.
But this is your slider tech focus. So if you know No Mod 4 was a little bit tapping heavy, or there's a lot more focus on the tapping. This is where the raw slider aim comes into play. And do not be deceived by the 4.59 star rating. This map is way harder than that. But actually, yeah, this is your PP map. I believe it was ranked somewhat recently. You might have seen this map in, I believe, Core 6.3. If you play Core 6.3, all I have to say is rank up. But yeah, pretty standard 0 PP tech, with also a collab from MTV. So pretty normal slider tech aim with some Hard Rock, but nothing too uncomfortable. I think it's 4.9 CS after Hard Rock, and 160 BPM ish. Oh, it was 89. Never mind. It's 180 ish. But normal OD and AR values, AR 10, OD 10. And yes, it's Lil Nas X. I think at one point we had like 3 Lil Nas X suggestions in our pool, and I'm like, nah, we can't do that. We cannot do that. So this is the one that made it through. I believe this was sitting in the pooling sheet for quite a while, so I think insane. But yeah. Actually, in terms of drain time, this is the longest Hard Rock map, if you don't count free mod. But yeah, Darkest, every team has 2 bans now. No double bans, so you can only ban 1 Hard Rock map if you choose to do so.
You can ban 2 no mods if you want.
You can ban 2 no mods, and we have 6 of those. So still lots on the table for you guys in terms of skill set testing. Yeah, huge focus on the slider here. I almost got slow slider there. That's crazy.
Whoa.
You saw that tick, that one follow point I almost missed on. Thank God that the follow circle for sliders is so big, even on OD10. Please, Laika. I need this. I wish Laika was here. Just
My
see
pool
the
is kind of
replay.
mapless.
My pool is kind of mapless. No aim. This is your aim pick. This is your other aim pick, actually.
My tournament is kinda hostless.
Thank you. Yeah, shout out to me for that replay. That was like second try. I'm actually cracked. But yeah, that's our Hard Rock pool. Let's move on to the DTs now. We still have 3 DTs, so the 4th one hasn't showed up yet. We'll have 3. But yeah, we got Running in the Night here by FM84 with some vocals from Ollie Ride. There's a lot of focus on this map on like the generic like hidden one awkward aim that you would probably see. And a pretty accessible approach rate. Since we got a lot of feedback from the quals pool saying 10.2 is way too hard, so we're gonna dial it down on the high AR for now. Don't count out your high AR picks yet. There are a lot of options that you will see in future pools. But this one's definitely more focused on the note-to-note aim, the circle-to-circle aim. Lots of awkward aim patterns, lots of angle changes. But overall, still pretty comfortable. Also a more accessible BPM, I believe it's at 190. Because we have higher aim BPMs already, so it's on the lower side with more of a focus for the aim uptime. Yeah, also one of the longer maps for DT. It's 250 after DT.
Oh.
Yeah, so a little bit on the longer side for DT ones, but still really comfortable. Assuming you can play awkward aim. Imagine we got a 10.4 AR pick. That's insane. It could be 4 stars and it'd still be too hard.
3-star air 10.41.
It would have to be tech. It can't be like aim or anything because that'd be too easy for everybody, even if it was 10.4 AR. So it'd have to be like a little bit like sort of like tech-ish mapping. Not exactly tech, but like tech-ish. It can't be that straightforward. Cause like if we were to pull like 10.5 aim slot, people can still hit it. Why would not go with 10.5? Because you can't find anything like that. That's like actually good quality mapping. Because any maps you'd find at 10.5 AR after GT would just be like, the title would just be like fart poop. And like the worst time thing ever. So.
Map does if I made it.
Yeah. Oh no! Don't hate on yourself like that.
No, I'm
sure you can put up some better maps than what I've seen on the graveyarded list. 'Cause, oh boy, some of these maps are cringe.
You should have seen the one I made. The guess difficulty.
Oh boy. Yeah, see that after. But yeah, shout out to Faith for this replay here. The clutch replay I mentioned earlier, stepping in to do our last minute scores as some maps were changed around. Here with the DT1 and a beautiful 99 accuracy. So thanks again.
1.1 million.
That was DT1. Let's move on to DT2 now. We got for those of you who know Yosei Teikoku, the lead singer here.
By the way, this was OWC map 2022, I think.
Yeah, 2022, I believe. Yep. So the OWC agenda is real. What is that? That's our 3rd one now. That's our 3rd OWC map.
No.
2 originals. But yeah, I didn't know I was going to do the replay. I thought Vaniku would snipe it, but yeah. This is your speed map. Even though it is 250 PCPM, it's not exactly like a pretty like stamina heavy speed map. There's a lot more emphasis on the finger control, like lots of doubles. Because we have the No One 3 already, that's like your generic speed with longer bursts and stuff like that. That's more stamina intensive. there's a lot more emphasis on finger control here. But even then, it's still not too uncomfortable. A lot of doubles you're seeing are mapped so the slider end is the first node of a triple, like a normal triple. So nothing too crazy in terms of like finger control requirements. It's not like a DT3 finger control map. And at 250, I feel like that would just be way too hard for a lot of the players. So we had to find a good balance between finger control and speed because we have that Nomad 5. But yeah, we have, watch out, I don't know how to pronounce, what is this title? Denki Shiki Karen Ongaku Shudan. I don't know what that means. Translation, please.
We just don't know.
Where's the Japanese
IDK.
team? We need them.
Yeah, Yukiyama, can you help us?
Is Yukiyami even here?
Someone drag Yukiyami into VC.
True. Yeah, lots of speed focus here. The speed really picks up here with a lot more triples and quints. More speed, no learn DT.
But they're playing
Hit it, no
Scribblio
DT
in the, they're playing Scribblio in the other VC.
What? What the hell?
The Scribblio link in general.
No, that's what happens when people see bad pool. They're just gonna go play Scribble.
Yeah.
Insane.
They can see pool after.
But yeah, that's DT2, speed finger control. Let's move on to DT3 now.
Thanks to not Kaido.
Yeah. So those of you who like precision gimmicks, CS6. We got more precision. Obviously couldn't do finger control here because we had that hard rock one. So generally speaking, the feedback for Nomad 5 for round of 32 was really well received, surprisingly. There was a lot of debate deciding difficulty for that map. But we have some pretty good feedback for that type of precision map. So this isn't exactly hyper precision, not exactly WC Evil. We're pulling CS9, and that would be a little bit repetitive. So we just have a precision DT map.
Should have pulled CS10.
True. So a lot of focus on the awkward aim here. A couple slider aim patterns that aren't too awkward, but you should expect them. Or get some act drops. But yeah, we have a lamp song. I love lamp. Also a bit of a variable timing map, I believe, because the nature of lamp songs is just they don't use like computer monitored like metronomes or anything. Pretty expected like a normal like 2010s band. So you'll see a lot of like small BPM changes, but they don't reflect playability too much. It still plays really nicely, even with like the BPM differences of like 1 or 2. Right, actually, also to mention, this being a gimmick map, it's only a 5-star, barely actually, it's 4.98. But this is OD 9.8. So basically your second precision pick. Since the precision pick we used to have is OD 10. So pretty close to that. Air 9.8, OD 10, CS6. But a little bit more of like a free-form style to mapping aim here. Because it's a DT map. You want to play Scribblio after Showcase? Insane. Now I'm just gonna ignore all Mappool feedback and go play Scribble.
Yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, thank you Lifewater for a really clutch replay. That was also pretty last minute. So thank you again. Great score on DT3. We're gonna move on to Fremont Pool now. No DT4 yet. That'll be next week.
The pool feedback is having to draw a verb.
What? True. So yeah, for those of you who were looking at the Nomad 2 earlier and were wondering where the stream map went, I take the Nomad 2 and I put it in Fremod.
GG's.
Boom! Mind blown. But this is a very, very generic stream map. If you played, for those of you Vietnamese players who played in HCI, this is a custom by Quantum Vortex for that series. And there's a lot of talk about putting mechanics in Fremod, especially because we'll start getting 3 maps now for the Fremod slot. And we thought it'd be like strategically interesting to have like a very generic mechanics map in free mod to see who can take like, you know, hidden flow aim on AR9 or who can skill cap with hard rock streams. So we have a pretty flow heavy stream map, very comfortable BPM, 170. But because of the nature of how long this map is and a lot of flow aim, this is very stamina intensive. But you cannot skip out on the flow aim either. The after hard rock, originally this is a 5.2 star, CS 3.8, AR9, OD 8.6. And after hard rock, it's CS 4.9. But even then, like the flow aim required in this is nothing to scoff at. Even if you're playing hidden on streams, the flow is much farther than you think. So there are definitely places to miss if you're not comfortable playing hidden streams. And then obviously the Nomad being the consistency person. You could also probably go easy on this if you're comfortable with the high density of this map. Because it is a stream map and you're playing on easy, there's a lot of nodes on your screen. But yeah, lots of consistency checks. Hard rock players, for those of you who can skill cap streams, I would definitely recommend you be the hard rock person on this. Since acking streams is pretty straightforward if you have good unstable rate for tapping maps like this. Yeah, flow heavy streams, I believe it's 5.2 stars before hard rock. There was originally talk about making like a normal 5.4 star stream map and just put out a hard rock and have the hard rock player skill cap a lot. But when we took a look at a lot of people's like skill differences between teams, we just found that it would be way too hard for the hard rock players, even if hidden was like diabolical flow aim. So we had to tone down the difficulty a little bit and look for something like 5.3, 5.2-ish. And when we saw this map was released for HCI, we were like, wow, this is perfect. Let's use this. Right. But yeah, streams in free mod. Definitely looking forward to see how teams decide to deal with scoring really good. So for those teams that have stream players, whether they want to overmod hard rock or, you know, for someone not as tapping gifted or talented, taking easy for the easier act. Although I believe 170 is not too difficult for a lot of players. It's just the flow aim that will trip you up on, especially on hidden. But yeah, something interesting to put in a pool. I don't really think a lot of tournaments would do like sort of free mod mechanics maps. But yeah. I did try getting a replay for this, but I keep breaking at the end. It's like a 2000 combo map. GG. It's just 3.5 minutes of stream. So Chaos Emperor, sorry, subbing in and getting a score on hard rock for this. Yeah, here's the last flow sections, but yeah.
Oh,
the 50 drop. Your stamina will be absolutely drained by this point, and the flow aim pattern here are like actually crazy. Like, even on no mod, this is pretty difficult. But yeah, stream stamina pick, lots of flow aim. Thank you again, Chaos Emperor, for that replay. And let's move on to our last free mod. Free mod 2 here. Can't have an anti-mod because DT3 is precision, so we went for an over-mod. Big circles, aim focus. I believe this is CS2. Yeah, CS2 AR9 OD8. So a huge focus on the distance aim. Nothing too difficult to hit, especially if you've been practicing a lot of like high star rating aim, where you use these more cross screen jumps to make that sort of like aim adjustment between different maps. We had the CS had to be much higher for people to actually comfortably hit these sort of jumps. But yeah, lots of cross screen jumps, something you don't actually usually see. But because it's big CS, nothing too difficult on hard rock. I believe it's only like CS 2.6 after hard rock. So really accessible to the hard rock players. But yeah, a lot of mechanics focus for our free mod this time, as we had more gimmicky no mods and the rest of the pool, and DT as well. So definitely more of a focus for this pool's free mod section. Yeah, big circles, big aim, super far aim. Not cool with the 300. What is happening?
What?
What is happening? Okay, they're just shooting on each other for 300 PP play. Yeah, more accessible to hard rock players this time. The star rating is roughly the same. I believe it's a 5.4 after hidden and hard rock. Like they're both 5.45, which is pretty interesting. You don't usually see that, especially because hard rock usually is much harder. But because of the CS2, it's still really accessible for hard rock players. So, would also be interesting to see an overmod on this map. Because it's still decently dense with hidden and no mod. Especially when it's like you have a lot to process with jumps being probably farther than people expect for like a 5.4 aim map because of the big circles. Raw aim pick. I love to see it. I don't want to play the map because of the BG. Okay, bro.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, bro. Yeah, definitely hidden hard rockable.
Okay, bro.
But yeah, would be interesting to see the no mods or like modded players over mods. But thank you, Chaos Emperor, for a hidden replay once again. FC, and it's TV time. TV time. Hi Neko, if you're here. For those of you who would know this tournament, MSC Middle Summer Cup. This is the grand final tiebreaker that they used. Correct replay. Insane. Who is that replay? I wonder who. Oh, wait, yes, Emperor scores saved locally. That's insane. That's funny.
Gaps.
But this is a custom map originally for MSC. Wanted to shout out to the team again who worked on this. This is mapped by Tianling, Zetsu, Creep Crafting, and Jasky. I don't know if there's a storyboard for this. I forgot. I was literally part of that tournament staffing team, and I just forget everything. So, but we saw that the players didn't. There weren't that many players that got to play this kind of map, as it was a 1v1 grand finals tournament. So, or map, I should say. It was a tournament, obviously, but it was a 1v1. So only 3 people had even practiced it, and I don't think any of them are even in this tournament. So it would be interesting to see and get more exposure to this map. Because I believe it's really well done. But yeah, a lot of focus on mech tech. Definitely some more heavy tech sections of this map. But yeah, really beautiful job from these 4 mappers. Want to show them some more love and get them more exposure to their mapping style over here. But yeah, lots of mech tech. Really big focus on slider aim, actually. You don't usually see too much of that in tiebreakers. It's a lot more like tapping heavy. But so far, I mean, like, it's pretty generic in terms of like slider aim and normal aim. Also to mention, there is a slowdown section somewhere. I forgot when it happened. Yeah, it's here, never mind. A little bit of an alt section here, 120 BPM, I believe. So, a little bit of both, but it's a lot of multi-skill set. Some alt tech in this part. Nothing too crazy for alting, though. Not, like, super heavy aim control. Just have to be comfortable at this BPM. And immediately back into the 170s. I want to shout out again to the team who worked on this. Super great job. And yeah. Great multi-skill set. Love to see it. Oh! Someone has joined our call.
I hope I'm not too late.
It's tiebreaker.
Damn. Still.
Yeah, for those joins you were hearing this, Hunter has joined call now. A little bit late, but you know, you were here in spirit, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. Like, I'm a good spirit, so everybody who hears my voice is pretty calm, you know. I'm that kind of
true.
Everybody calm. So.
Yeah, for those of you who haven't seen Discord, there's a little bit of a T-Cutter collab going on with a lot of the VIPs and staff members. If you look currently, as of this time of this live showcase, you pop into the main voice chats for this, you'll see quite a lot of T boxes.
It's all T.
Yeah, it's just all T. It is a season of T though. It is winter. It's December now.
You need
So-
to join, guys.
Yeah, Zito, you need to join. Babs, you need to join.
I'm trying to find one with an invisible background, but I also have to change my location on Amazon to get more.
Oh, GG.
I can help you to get an invisible background. No,
Yeah, it's not that much work.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. But that'll be after.
Danny, cool. I have no idea how to pronounce that, dude. I'm not German.
Okay, I will pronounce like I will pronounce it.
Yes,
So
yes, please.
It means the Versammlungshalle der deutschen Gesellschaft. So I just pronounced it. I mean,
Yes.
it's not that difficult.
I would have said the same thing.
Yeah, just say it with me.
Okay, maybe not.
Nah, I
Maybe
think
not.
it's fine.
George just wants Kaido to really butcher.
Nah, I think I'm good. Let's have my coffee here.
I also say
not a
that
tea
as
guy.
someone that does not know German.
All right.
We got American and a Canadian in call.
I'm sick again, by the way. So
GG.
Versammlungshalle for the deutsche Geselle.
what the hell are you talking about?
In Swiss
I think
German?
He needs, I think he needs a calm tea like me. Understand? So
Oh, true.
calm,
True.
Everybody needs that. Okay guys, I'll give you a big tip. Before you play a tournament match, drink my tea. Trust. You'll be calmer, you'll play better. Like, you will be the next Emmerich. Trust me.
Sure.
It's worth
Like, that's the box.
Heart rate
Just-
60.
Just the shipping costs like, I don't know, $20 or something.
$20 shipping.
I'll send it to you.
Wait,
I'll
so-
send it to you.
For me, it would be $20 a box, but $20 shipping, $40 for.
$40 for a box of tea.
GG's.
GG. And it's chain tea too. Oh my god.
$40 to get as good as Emmerich. I would take it.
Insane. Yeah.
I mean,
Anyway, that's tiebreaker. Thank you, Fate, so much for that replay there. S rank.
Real. But
That's
I
right,
think the
AFC.
accuracy-
Peak FC.
Yeah, the accuracy could be better a little bit, Faith. But
Wow. Okay, we're just
next time-
hating on our. Wow. Okay.
No, I love him.
What?
I love him.
Wow.
Like, he's-
The
he's-
back
We're actually
Feeling
just
is
hating on our replay
crazy.
team. This is
he's a
insane.
baller player.
Get him out of
He
here.
is like-
Get out.
Alright,
Actually,
alright,
Get him out of
guys.
here.
Alright.
Get him out of here. Anyway, yeah. Thank you so much again, Faith, for that replay.
You need to drink.
And that will round out our showcase here for the quarterfinals Mappool showcase. Again, more boring stuff. If you have any and all everything to say, please put your feedback in the Mappool feedback channel, or you can DM me or Ichinami. If you want to talk about, we're pretty passionate about this stuff, and we want to work to improve future pools while we can. But yeah, that's gonna round things out. Zito, Vapsby, Hunter, anything you want to say?
Before we're like ending the stream, like I said, guys, if you want, you can join the Scribble.io match. We're playing it right now with everybody down in the voice channels. So yeah, like the words are going to be all OSU maps if you want to play. So like all popular OSU maps, and yeah.
Yeah, so go have fun in Scribblio, guys.
yeah.
But
Join
yeah,
us.
we're gonna
Alright.
end things here. Thank you, Vapsy, for streaming and also commentating part of the show match. Thank you, Zito, for being our first live reaction to this pool as a player.
Yeah.
Good luck to you and your team in the lower bracket for now. And thank you,
Yeah.
Hunter, for stepping in
No problem.
last second.
Like,
Yeah, and that'll be it from us. We'll see you guys next week for the matches.
Yeah. And there will be a show match again.
Oh yeah, we will decide on that date
Better
as
be.
soon as we can get availability, because we do have some eliminated players now joining us for our show matches. So it would be interesting to get them in and maybe upgrade things to like a 4v4. But we'll work things out. It'll happen before the weekend for sure. But yeah, thanks for joining. We'll see you guys the weekend.
Here, thank you.
Good luck on your
Bye.
matches.
See you.
See ya.
bye bye.
Bye bye.
Good luck, everyone.